Hello, everyone. Sorry, I was typing up notes for what we're going to do. Who's here? Merlin. Good morning, Micah. Hello. I hope you're feeling better. I am dandy. Today I'm feeling better, thank you. No, I'm not. I'm in pain today, too, but it is what it is. Navi is here. What's up, Navi? I'm going to give it a little more time for some more people to come into the room. But I do want to show you is that the tablet that we're talking about is literally only this long. It's literally only this long. Now, the highlighted part was the astrotheology that I found in this little tablet. And it's going to be very short, and we'll go over the 12 signs, and I'll show you the astrotheology, but it makes some great connections. For being such a small tablet, it makes some unbelievable connections. In fact, I'm going to have to record a separate video just on the tablet. But I'll do it here, too. So, yeah, I was putting the notes in. This is wild. Guys, who else is here? Let me know. Let me know what's going on. I'm going to be doing another live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with one of my friends who's an Anunnaki expert, and I'm going to tell him to tell us what it says, basically. So we'll be doing that. Anyone in the chat? Want to go with any questions or anything? Diana's here. Can't wait for that too. Glad to be here. I am ready to experience just how dumb I really am. I debated reading this to you guys straight through and then breaking down the passages. But I don't know if you guys want to sit here and listen to me read for 20 minutes. Why don't you guys let me know if you want me to do that? Because I could show you what it sounds like without the astrotheology and then how easy it is to find it. So please let me know how you want me to handle this. You know, iced tea has caffeine in it, right? So it actually doesn't hydrate you. But at least if I'm going to be drinking iced tea and it's not going to have any positive effect on my body, at least the cap should be easy to open. Right? Don't give iced tea to people to hydrate. Too much caffeine, it actually dehydrates you, iced tea. Iced tea dehydrates you, but it tastes good. Who else is here? Jennifer Sweet. Hi, Mike. I love your channel. Thank you. Do we talk on social media yet? Jen, do we talk on social media? Find me on social media. I like to get to know everyone, if you ask anybody in this community. So that's cool. Yes, read it. Okay. That's one, though. I'm not going to just base this on one. Yes, on Facebook, okay? Wow, this is really cool. I knew you know what it was? I can't explain this to you guys. I really can't. But like the Colburn Bible is an incredible book because the way that it explains what God is out of control. Like, have you ever seen the Aramaic to direct English translation of the Lord's Prayer? The Colburn Bible is written entirely like that. It's unbelievable. But I've been stuck with the Ethiopian Bible because I was going through it and I was bored. I knew I have to get it done, but I wasn't really like, oh my God, I can't wait. But this Sumerian tablet yesterday got me excited again. And it was Rex Bear's idea, by the way, guys. It was Rex's idea. He picked this tablet. And then he gave me the website where they all are, and he gave me an idea. We're going to do a show on this. It's going to be very short. No, but I've watched you a long time. First saw you on the Leak Project. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sitting here talking about Rex Bear. Freaking half my audience is from him, at least, which I love. He's an amazing dude. He's an amazing guy. I know him behind the scenes. He is a real dude. Who he is on TV or on your computer or whatever is who he is. He's just a very loving, goofy dude. And I love going on his channel and making him laugh and going back and forth with him. He's in my book series. He interviews my main character. Like, love this dude. He was my first podcast, which I owe because my friend who's coming on later to talk about the Anunnaki, he is the one that got Rex. He had been emailing him for months. I had swore that I wasn't going to start talking publicly about my work until my first book got released. And there was some complications with a bunch of stuff with it. Never with the book, but there was complications. And when I finally got it out in 2020, I started reaching out to every conspiracy or deep thinking podcast I could find on Twitter. And I had this standard pitch that I sent them. And you know what? They wanted to hear it. I've done over 1,000 shows in the last 4 years. My book came out in 2020. And then I started doing podcasts and stuff of that nature. I've been on over 1,000 shows. I've been on over 230 different shows. A lot of people want me back. This is interesting. Like, you got to remember, dude, at one point I'm sitting in an apartment in Boston in 2012 when I discovered this. And when I say I discovered this, guys, I'm not talking about astrotheology. Please, I'm the first one to give credits to the people that came before me. I didn't discover this, but the cipher, when I first saw this, imagine I'm the only one that saw it, and I'm worried how I'm going to explain it to anyone because they won't even understand the significance of it. But I made it my life, and for 12 years, that is exactly what I did, is I just worked towards that. Now, it's an interesting thing, guys, that I want to share with you right now, is because when you find, as we all are in this esoteric community and things of that nature, right? When you find people like us, eventually one of these little conspiracies is going to tickle you a little bit more than the rest. Okay, don't make that perverted. Or at least not in the chat. Yeah, so when you start to find that one thing that really gets you, that just that one conspiracy, right? You start to focus all your laser energy on that, and then that takes away from the greater works. Then people start asking you questions like, have you seen Archaics? Have you seen David Wilcock? Have you seen this? Have you seen that? These are all new people to me. Understand, guys, my nose has been in books for 12 years. I've either been writing them or I've been highlighting them and doing presentations on them. But imagine just being in your room with a book and a highlighter after you were hospitalized, thinking you have something that no one else has seen in the world. And how am I going to get this out? And that's been my mission in life. That's my raison d'etre. That's everything. It's what I've been doing for 12 years. And it is so comforting to realize that I'm not crazy. Because if I'm crazy, y'all are crazy too. So I truly appreciate you guys. I wish I could express to you, because I'll never force you guys to buy anything from me. You know, I have my flash drives and my book series. I can never force you to do anything, but I can tell you this, guys, is a book is like $16 on Amazon. And you're going to find out it is running parallel with what's going on in the world today. Okay? It's truth and fiction. And it's going to open your mind to a lot of sciences. It's going to open your mind to a lot of hidden history that you don't want to know. I mean, it's basically the price of what? 3 beers? So I can't force you guys to do it. I'm not Alex Jones. I'm not going to put a pill commercial every 30 seconds. Granted, that's how he funds himself. I get that. But I can't make you guys do it. I can only just say, guys, it's a wonderful trip you'll be going down if you pick up the book series. And I promise you, people read it and people have it. So let me see here. Who is Enki, John Collins? We're going to talk about that later. I am not so... My best friend's obsessed with the Anunnaki. I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. If I have questions, I ask him. He actually has an honorary doctorate in living sciences or something of that nature because of his work on the Anunnaki. We'll get into Billy Carson. We'll talk about everything. Read it all, please. Okay, that's 2 now. Hit the like button. Thank you. Show Micah some love. Thanks, Navi. Thanks, brother. I did leave a comment once about snakes and evil. I'm half Pueblo and go to the Great Serpent Mound in Ohio for summer solstice. That does sound a little familiar to me. That's a very interesting thing. You should take pictures of that. Hey, Micah just jumped on. Hello, community. Enki and Enlil. No, we're doing that at 7. I tried to get on Jason Shirka, but he wouldn't answer me. I have some weird Kevin Bacon connection to the Shirka, and I'm not ready to talk to him yet. So I will deal with that when I have to. Because to be honest with you, I know he's starting a movie production company, and I would love my book series to be made into that. So I'm kind of hoping this blows up. Yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna do. Let's see here. Tommy, looking forward to your discussion with Jason of Archaics. It's going to be epic. Well, thanks, dude. The more I learn about him, the more I just respect his dedication. He's like the Kobe Bryant of knowledge. He is. He's like got that mentality to just dig and dig and dig. Incidentally, he actually posted on X. We were talking, and what did he do? I'm trying to remember. He was posting about the Shroud of Turin or something, right? And he said it was a medieval forgery. That's what he said. And I said, well, that would make sense because if you think about it, Caesar Borgia around that timeline, and he made another connection because of that, and then he sent it out to everybody. So I don't think he knew that. I think I told him that, but I could be wrong. But Jason is great. We're probably going to move the show up, to be honest with you, because he messaged me and he was like, look, if somebody bows out, we can just have you come on in the last minute. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. I reached out to him because I wanted to start talking about it because he's on this kick about the real Jesus wasn't real. And he's going on the history of it. And he has receipts. Right? Billy is so good. All right, and I won't ruin Billy for you. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks, Navi. I called out when he was Leak Project for misrepresenting the info on the Anunnaki and the Shar, and that's why I support Archaics info because I found the same info. I'm not going to get into any Anunnaki today, guys, until tonight. Where did the Sumerians came from? Any links to the Far East? God, they were the first civilization that we found records on, supposedly. And they had an advanced system. How the fuck does that work evolutionarily wise? Explain that to me. This is why they keep destroying giant bones that get sent to the Smithsonian to be saved. They just fucking grind them up like a goddamn fire for the dead. Right? They put you in they put it in a furnace. This is what they do. They get rid of this stuff. How do we know? A civilization just randomly popped up in the age of Taurus. And everything goes back to them. Do you know how hard that narrative is to keep up? That is an expensive narrative to keep up. I'm setting a reminder because YouTube might not want to miss it tonight. Okay. Thanks, Diana. I have an archaeologist on video saying Graham Hancock lied about not being allowed there. I kind of like Grant Hancock. Without Billy Conman Carson, I don't think he's a con man. He is a purveyor of intelligence, and that. Well, he's. We're not talking about him right now. Todd is here. Hey, Todd. Susan, looking forward to tonight's episode. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your cakes is the bomb. Like, I have a wonderful day today, everyone. Which book of yours is your favorite? Well, it's hard for me to say that because it's a series. So you're going to follow these characters, uncovering hidden, esoteric, just deep knowledge throughout the series. There's so many for different reasons. My seventh book I wrote in 19 days. My first book took me 2 years, basically. So I have figured out the process a little bit. My sixth book has a recreation of Bohemian Grove Sacrifice. My fourth book predicted the pandemic. I wrote it in 2017. And that's my fourth book. There's just so many that I love because I put my life into all of them. I put my heart into all of them. I would suggest reading it from the beginning. Howdy, good sir. Your books definitely need to be movies, just not Disney. This is what I'm waiting for Jason Shirka for when he puts that up, because I do have a connection to him in a very positive way. Actually, I have two connections to him. Jason is a wealth of info. He had 26 years of reading and research with the data to back it up. I know. I'm not arguing on things. First saw you on Generational Z podcast. Love your work. I do love Dave. I do. I do have to reach out to him soon, though. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. Have you read the Apocrypha? This one? Yes, but I have it down. Thank you for bringing that up, because I can actually start dealing with this one now. Just never ends. Jason is a good guy, but I found a lot of missed dates that he pushed, and I'm not down with the 2046 end date. You're going to hear lots of people with end dates. You're going to hear one tonight. You will. You're going to hear one tonight, based on what was said. Anyway, I don't know. I don't like. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I tend to not agree with end of the thing dates, end dates. I tend not to agree with them. There was a Sumerian culture before the Sumerians too. They can't just make like Gobekli Tepe go away. They can't just make it go away. They'll try. They'll try and literally bury it and then put trees on top of it, because trees are protected. They did this with olive trees. They found another site and then they just covered it up and they planted olive trees on it, and olives are actually protected trees, so they couldn't remove it. The tree roots are going down and they're destroying the evidence of the previous civilization, and they're completely covering this ancient civilization. This is what they do. They bury things and light it on fire. Fuck them. You're gonna tell us about Billy. It's okay. I'm 70. I could take it on. I'm gonna let my friend John talk about it. He'll talk about Billy Carson tonight. He's not a bad guy. Just started a book club with my daughter. Great, Danny. That's fantastic. I like that. You don't give yourself enough credit, Micah. I don't just listen to anybody. I don't have time, you know? Oh, well, thank you, Diana. Yeah, you've been around for a very long time. And I really appreciate you. I do. I'm not the end of the world, dudes, but I don't mean that those in control don't have these dates pinned. Do you understand that if my work gets out there and more people by the droves see this, it will destroy religion? They can't come back to it. And the reason they can't is because they've demonized astrology so much. In catechisms, in every way, they've demonized it. To find this out, this is going to be a big problem. Tony's here. Hey, Tony. 146 is not an end date. It is a Nemesis X return. Huh. So I'll be 63, so I should be good. Yeah, that's fine. They can take me away then. That's fine. By the way, Jason does not push an end date. He just says the controllers have them. I'm sure they change it. What do you think the doomsday clock is for? Who makes the decisions to change it? Think about it. Have you ever heard of the Knowledge of the Forever Time, a series of videos? I have not, Catherine, but if you want to send it to me. I wouldn't be surprised if part of the world is eliminated. They reopened the uranium plant in Portsmouth, Ohio. They want to make more nuclear weapons. Last I checked, Russia has about 5,800 nuclear warheads, give or take. And the United States has 5,200. We're fucked either way. It doesn't matter. Can't imagine it do any good to build any more of those. You know anything about the Statue of Liberty being the goddess Apollo and or Lucifer and all the statues of her on top of government buildings? Getting archaic talking points all day. I don't think the Statue of Liberty is Apollo. I think it's Isis. And guys, think about this, by the way, when you're talking about the Statue of Liberty. Liberty is not freedom. I don't need to define freedom to you. But liberty is what people in the Navy get when the boat comes into Manhattan. They get liberty for a few days. It is a temporary set of rights and privileges. Temporary. It's not the Statue of Freedom, it's the Statue of Liberty. This matters. And she represents ISIS. And also, it was made by the French. And if you'll notice, the Statue of Liberty is actually chained down. Now, why would a statue that big need to be chained down? It's showing you something. What is it showing you? It's showing you that it's not freedom. They do this on purpose. Billy Carson's not a bad guy, just a good marketer. Oh, he's phenomenal. So, what was the religion before religion? The sun. It's always been the sun. It's never changed from the sun. It's always been the sun. Please like and share. It matters. Oh, thanks, Miss Honeybee. They cut off all dealings with Russia. Biden gave Putin a 90-day warning. Putin is not happy. Those 90 days are up already. What do you mean? Um, can you elaborate on that a little bit more? What is this in relation to? I've come across something very eye-opening and unsettling. Why are all the buildings and monuments and all the pictures, murals of old wars? Why on earth is no one talking about this? I have zero clue about that. I didn't even know that. YouTube send me a late notification. Don't trust YouTube when it comes to this, guys. Find me on social media because when I go live, you'll be able to see that. YouTube has removed followers from me. It has blocked me from a year's worth, a week's worth of being able to be on because of a 2 year old movie that was up, or a 2 year old interview that I did that was up. Um, I have a Rumble to basically store all my videos and all the stuff that I've been teaching you guys. YouTube sucks. Like, hard. It's terrible. It's so archaic, too. I am so fed up with it. I can't wait till I get off of it, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, YouTube, you're not going to get notifications from me, and I'm going to get on. People are just going to unfollow me. I mean, I'm going to get unfollowed by people. Every time one of my videos starts to trend, they knock it down. I've had videos that were getting 600 views every 24 hours. And I guess they screwed with the algorithm and then it got knocked down to like 12. I'm just doing this to get the information out, to be honest with you, um, before the marketing thing. I want all this out. Apollo has a chain around his ankle. The Statue of Liberty is, oh, that's interesting. But Apollo is a male entity. Shit, man, this is a rabbit hole I'm not ready for right now. Still healing energy to all. Thank you. I like that. Like everything from 1400 in Germany is full of it. Good example is St. Maurice. What is going on? What do you mean by that? I think there's something under that statue. Well, I have written about being in the statue in one of my books. So I cover everything. Okay, I'll get the info if the live ends before I find it. I'll post in the comments tonight. It's very interesting. It blew my mind. The American dream is a spell. Oh, yeah. getting uranium. How they split it up is now 20 times stronger. I seem to find that a lot of effigies have uranium around them too. Just throwing that in there. Very smart, Jen. The divine feminine is making a comeback, Micah. I'm all here for it. I understand that divine feminine doesn't mean rule by women. That's not what it means. It means a bring back to the equality of the two and appreciating each other's virtues and things that we can't do but the other person can. Divine feminine is coming back. That's my problem with the Jews. That's why I tell people all the time, you don't hate the Jews for the right reasons. You don't. You're stuck in a book and you're just making shit up. The Jews got rid of the equality of the feminine and the masculine energy that the Egyptians had. The Jews got rid of it, and all you got to do is read the Old Testament to see that. In the Garden of Eden, the first thing, the woman damns humanity forever. That's why she needs to give birth, and the man needs to toil the fields. I hope so. I hope you're right. You cannot beat YouTube's DVR properties. I love it for that alone. What do you mean? Can you please show the complete book of Apocrypha again? And is it the Ethiopian extras? The complete Apocrypha. This is not the Ethiopian. These are different. I did do this. Hold on, guys. I'm checking the Apocrypha real quick. Because I forget that I did things sometimes, and then as I'm flipping through it, I see the highlighting, and I'm like, oh, all right, I guess I did that. I'll deal with it later. Is it the Ethiopian Bible extras? No. Different books. Danny's having a good time, which is good. Taffy's here. What's up? What's up? Miss Honeybee, this is correct. The English language is compiled by curses and spells. What's called cursive spelling. Live, evil, love, evil, lived, devil. Yep. Some conspiracy theorists say the statue is neither masculine or feminine and has an uncanny resemblance to both Elvis and Trump. I don't know what to think of that. The Catholic Church, Rome, still controls the world. Let's do that tablet now. Okay. I'm going to read this. In those remote days when the fates were determined, in a year when On brought about abundance and people broke through the earth like herbs and plants, then the lord of the Abzu, King Enki the lord who determines the fates, built up his temple entirely from silver and lapis lazuli. Its silver and lapis lazuli were the shining daylight. Into the shrine of the Abzu he brought joy. An artfully made bright crenellation rising out of the Abzu was erected for Lord Nudimud. He built the temple from precious metal, decorating it with lapis lazuli, and covered it abundantly with gold. In Eridug, he built the house on the bank. Its brickwork makes utterances and gives advice. Its eaves roar like a bull. The temple of Enki bellows. During the night, the temple praises its lord and offers its best for him. Before Lord Enki, Isimud, the minister, praised the temple. He goes to the temple and speaks to it. He goes to the brick building and addresses it. Temple, build from the precious metal and lapis lazuli, whose foundation pegs are driven into the Abzu, which had been cared for by the prince of the Abzu. Like the Tigris in the Euphrates, it is mighty and awe-inspiring. Joy has been brought into Enki's Abzu. Your lock has no rival. Your bolt is a fearsome lion. Your roof beams are the bull of heaven, an artfully made bright headgear. Your reed mats are like the lapis lazuli decorating the roof beams. Your vault is a bull, raising its horns. Your door is a lion who seizes a man. Your staircase is a lion coming down on a man. Abzu, pure place which fulfills its purpose. Your lord has directed his steps towards you. Enki, lord of the Abzu, has embellished your foundation pegs with cornelian. He has adorned you with and lapis lazuli. There was some stuff missing. The temple of Enki is provisioned with holy wax. Some more stuff missing. It is a bull obedient to its master, roaring by itself and giving advice at the same time, which Enki has surrounded with a holy reed fence. In your midst, a lofty throne is erected. Your door jamb is the holy locking bar of heaven. Abzu, pure place, where the fates are determined. The Lord of Wisdom, Lord Enki. Nudidimud, the Lord of Eridug, lets nobody talk into its midst. Your Abgal priests let their hair down their backs. Enki's beloved Eridug, Angura, whose inside is full of abundance. Abzu, life of the land, beloved of Enki, temple built on the edge, befitting the artful divine powers. Eridug, your shadow, extends over the midst of the seal, rising sea with the rival, the mighty awe-inspiring river which terrifies the land. High citadel, standing firm on the earth, temple at the edge of the Engur, a line in the midst of the Abzu. Lofty temple of Enki, which bestows wisdom on the land, your cry like that of a mighty river reaches King Enki. He made the lyre, the aljar, instrument, the bajal drum, with the drumsticks. The harhar, the sabitum, and the miritum instruments offer their best for his holy temple. The blank resounded by themselves with a sweet sound. The holy alajar instrument of Enki played for him on his own, and 7 singers sang. What Enki says is irrefutable. It is well established. This is why Isimud spoke to the brick building. He praised the Angura with sweet songs. We're almost done. As Enki has raised Eridug up, it is an artfully built mountain which floats on the water. His shrine spreads out into the reed beds. Birds brood in its green orchids laden with fruit. The Suhar carp play among the honey herbs, and the Ektub carp dances among the small geezy reeds. When Enki rises, the fishes rise before him like waves. He has the Abzu stand as a marvel as he brings joy into the Engur. Like the sea, he is awe-inspiring. Like a mighty river, he instills fear. The Euphrates rises before him as it does before the fierce south wind. His punting pole is Nira. His oars are the small reeds. When Enki embarks, the air will be full of abundance. One sec, guys. forgot to do one little part for this, guys. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to put this in because I just noticed another sign while I was reading that I missed. That's a pretty big deal. So yeah, okay, so we're good. Okay. All right. Let's continue. The ship departs on its own accord, with tow rope held by itself, and he leaves the temple of Eridug. The river gurgles to its lord, its sound is a calf's mooing, the mooing of a good cow. Enki had oxen slaughtered and had sheep offered there lavishly. Where there were no Allah drums, he installed some in their places. When there were no bronze drums, he dispatched some of their places. He directed their steps to his own Nibru, Nibru, not Nibru, and entered the Geguna, the shrine of Nibru. Enki reached for the beer. He reached for the liquor. He had liquor poured into big bronze containers. He had emmer wheat beer pressed out. In Kukuru, containers which made the beer good, he mixed beer mash. By adding date syrup to his taste, he made it strong. Its brain mash. In the shrine of Nibiru, Enki provided a meal for Enlil, his father. So there's no more astrotheology in this, guys, but I'll finish reading it anyway. In the shrine of Nibiru, Enki provided a meal for Enlil, his father. He seated On at the head of the table and seated Enlil next to On. He seated Nintud in the place of honor and seated the Anuna gods at the adjacent places. All of them were drinking and enjoying beer and liquor. They filled the Bronze Age vessel to the brim and started a competition, drinking from the bronze vessels of Uruk. They made the Tilmada vessels shine like holy barges. After beer and liquor had been libated and enjoyed, and after from the house, Enlil was made happy in Nibru. Enlil addressed the Anuna gods. Great gods who are standing here, Anuna, who have lined up the place of assembly. My son, King Enki, has built up the temple. He has made Eridug rise up from the ground like a mountain. He has built it in a pleasant place in Eridug, the pure place where no one is to enter, a temple built with silver decorated with lapis lazuli, a house which tunes the 7 TG drums properly and provides incantations where holy songs make all of the houses a lovely place. The shrine of the Abzu, the good destiny of Enki, benefiting the elaborate divine powers. The temple of Eridug, built with silver. For all this, Father Enki be praised. All right, guys. So I read that to you. Yes, Diana, they drink a lot of alcohol. Alcohol is and always has and will be promoted. Anyway, so did you guys see all the astrotheology in that? Okay, I'll tell you. In lines 9 to 17, it says, it eaves roar like a bull. 26 to 32, your lock has no rival. Your bolt is a fearsome lion. Your roof beams are the bull of heaven. Your vault is a bull raising its horns. Your door is a lion who seized a man. Your staircases is a lion coming down on a man. Rising sea without a rival. Mighty awe-inspiring river, which terrifies the land, a lion in the midst of the Abzu. The Suhur carp play among the honey herbs. Enki has had oxen slaughtered and had sheep offered there ravishly. Enki reached for the beer and had emmer wheat beer pressed out. So I'm going to tell you all the connections now. There was only 5 passages in that entire thing that I read you that had astrotheology in it. The bull is Taurus, the bull of heaven, guys. Who is the bull of heaven? The lion is Leo. The man is Aquarius. Aquarius and Leo are opposing signs. The carp is Pisces, and the honey is the beehive cluster in Cancer. Aquarius and Pisces are connecting signs. The sheep is Aries. Aries, Pisces, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus are 4 signs in a row. The beer, the wheat beer, is Virgo. Virgo and Pisces are opposing signs. Leo and Virgo are connecting signs. Cancer and Leo are connecting signs. Cancer, Leo, Virgo are 3 signs in a row. Do you guys see how many patterns this makes? Also, when he mentioned the ship is a constellation called Argo, which goes from Cancer to Scorpio. So basically, when they're talking about Noah's Ark, it's the ship Argo from Cancer. It's going to come all the way down to Scorpio, and then it's going to start to sit on the waters of the Milky Way. But do you see this tiny little tablet, just how many connections I made out of that? You guys have any thoughts on that? You guys want to... Just be honest with me, straight. No bullcrap. Did reptilian actually exist or not? Is it just mythical, or do they actually legitimately exist on Earth? They're real. They're 100% real. They're 100% real. Thank you, Catherine. But do you guys see what I mean? Like such a small tablet. You wouldn't, I read it to you, you wouldn't see all those connections, right? But damn. Beehive for the win. Word. All right, guys. So I got a lot of people here right now, but I'm actually going to take off. I'm going to be back. And I'm going to be back at 7. So I'll talk to you soon.